Oh, I thought we all had to go.
No, we don't all.
We're coming in like this.
That's just a thing.
I forgot.
That's just a thing.
I love it.
Okay, what's going on? Thanks for coming, guys. The annual.
2 years in a row.
The definitive. Forget complex, forget hype beast, forget high snob. This is the only conversation we're having. So if you guys are tuning in from last year, GIANFRANC and I, we had Joe. This time we've enlisted the help of our good friend Anna, and we're gonna kind of go around the table right now, introduce ourselves. I'm Mike Sunday. It's my handle.
GIANFRANC at 2 first names.
Anna, A to the bed.
Joe at Joe's New Black.
And I know a lot of you guys have been excited for this one. Believe it or not, a lot of people hit me up over the last year's video. Was a big hit. I think we did a pretty good job. This year the format's going to be a bit different. We're only choosing a top 3 because we have 4 people. And yeah, I think the overall consensus, we were kind of talking, like, I don't know, sneakers. How are you feeling about sneakers this year, kind of compared to last year? Like, in my opinion, it's a little bit underwhelming, but maybe that's because last year was so spectacular, and I feel like we're starting to see a decline in terms of like oversaturation. What do you guys think?
I think it was more overwhelming.
Yeah,
it was almost like
it's just the volume.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah,
The volume is crazy right now.
Well, it's funny because when I was preparing for this, I was like, I don't really like a lot of shoes this year, and now that I'm sitting at this table, it's pretty impressive. And
Yeah.
And like to your point, and I think last year was very obvious, maybe what the top 5 was, and this year I think there's going to be a little bit more discussion. I think there'll be some overlap, but I think the spread we have is going to.
But we even just said, looking at this compared to last year's, this table and this assortment is way more colorful than last year, right? So that's already changed. It's already a huge difference from the year before.
I think so, and we'll talk about it in a bit, but there's definitely I think a lack of. I don't know. I feel like
Adidas.
Adidas definitely. But remember last year, I think we all had like a designer sneaker in our top 5. I don't know how it's going to be for the top 3.
Oh, that's changed big time, yeah.
But I don't know though. I think there's room now for like the designer sneakers to sort of make a comeback, transitioning into 2019. So so without further ado, why don't we get started, Joe? Over on the other end, why don't you start with your number 3, which you don't have here, right?
No, it was the Atmos Animal Pack.
Ooh.
Really?
Really?
That's a Joe shoe.
Really?
That's a very Joe shoe.
Wow.
In terms of some of the things that we wanted to hit was in terms of wearability and timelessness.
Okay. So
the one, not the one, MX1.
Okay. So do you want to pull
Atmos.
a picture up of that, just so we can all get a reference? And for anyone watching on YouTube, I always overlay the photos.
You know it
stuff
though.
like that. Oh, I know,
Yeah.
but I just want it so everyone has a reference. Okay, so talk about that. I'm honestly really surprised that you said that.
I know.
Because that was a reissue, right?
Reissue of sorts, yeah. And I don't know, the mix of animal patterns was big for me.
Yeah.
I like a little leopard, cheetah.
And okay, so what would you wear that with? Like
Everything. I just feel like the multi-pattern, it's, I don't know, it's just a great, and it's the slimmer silhouette, so.
Really? Wow.
I found it really wearable this year.
It's a Joe shoe though.
It is. It's definitely a you shoe, but I found that, I don't know, the people who were really into it, it was like a big nostalgia.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, there was, for people that remembered it, but other people, it's like, for me, I still looked at it with fresh eyes still.
Right, nice. And so was that a hard cop for you? Like, was that hard to track down?
Was it a hard cop?
They had them at Nordstrom. I got mine off.
You had them too?
I got the 95s. Hardy Girl actually helped me out with those. That's how I got in trouble.
And now I regret not getting the 95s.
Well, okay, so they were a half size big and they were just way too big.
But
so
they fit a half size tight for me, 95s. Like I needed 11 and a half in the...
They honestly just looked big.
Oh, too big.
Really?
Yeah, and...
so these ones, right, Joe, the ones?
Yeah, but see, the difference is the new ones have the black toe, and the original has the white toe.
Okay. Yeah. There's subtle differences.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's how they preserve that OG.
It was super crazy. Was it? I think it was. There was another Atmos drop. I was actually in Tokyo at the time, and you had to wear Atmos to actually cop them or something like that. Like it was nuts.
I like that though.
So that was like, it was a true kind of like you have to be in the know to be able to cop those. Okay, so that's dope. That's a super real surprise. I wasn't really expecting that. But you have them, right?
Yes.
You just didn't bring them.
I just didn't bring them.
Okay.
Just didn't bring them.
Anna, you're up.
Okay, my number 3 is really hard.
I think we all had.
I feel like mine are. Like I feel like mine are two shoes because I bought them together. Okay. Is that allowed? If not, I'll pick one. We'll allow it. Okay, so it's the Air Max 93 and the Air Max 180. I feel like those are 2 shoes that I've always wanted, and I feel like the 180 had a pretty good year this year. I just realized we don't have the CDGs out here.
I don't have them. I
don't have them.
The
whole silhouette.
I know that.
Oh, really?
And I was just taking the no photos as well.
I feel like
Phil. I should have brought Phil's.
Yeah.
I got those for his birthday, but like I knew I wasn't gonna wear the pink a lot, and the more I saw them on Phil, and I love the 180 as it is. Yeah. So I'm happy that I got the retro, the ultramarine, and then the 93s, which I wear honestly like almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of funny. It's like it's nice to have all these kicks, but I feel like in reality you always kind of gravitate towards like the
GRs.
Yeah. Honestly, like I wear those way more than some of these more exclusive ones. So you said you didn't like the CDG ones?
At first, I wasn't in love with them because I didn't like the black. I don't like black and pink together.
Ooh, I love it.
I like the shoe.
Yeah.
The shoe grew on me.
Yeah.
But my so like my reflex, like my initial reaction is to say like I don't like black and pink together.
Right.
And then the pink on pink was okay. The white and pink
that
I
was
hated.
an instant cop.
I hated the white and pink.
For you?
Yeah, I bought
Which color
those right away.
I got the black and pink first.
Yeah.
And then I got the white and pink.
Right.
After because.
But it's funny because I had the black and pink, and I wore them a few times, and then I just couldn't wear them anymore.
Why?
I just thought the black and pink was too intense.
Yeah.
I know, like you're different with that than I am, but for me, that's a challenge.
It is challenging, and like especially considering the types of pants we wear, it changes the whole thing.
Oh, big time.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I feel like that one was. I'll speak specifically about Toronto. Like that was kind of one that kind of crept up, in my opinion. Like it wasn't. It didn't make a super big splash when it first released. Yeah. I think because of the price point.
It was elevated.
But do you remember that it was on, where was it? We had this conversation. It was it was at Essence or something for $100 less than Holtz.
Yeah.
Was that what happened?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a unisex size run, and somehow
the
women's was $100 cheaper. But then.
But that's always the case with the CDG Nike collabs. People don't buy it from the get-go, I think, because of the price point.
Yeah.
But then somehow it slowly creeps up to be like one of the sleepers of the year.
I think that those were actually pretty reasonably priced, like a $300 shoe. That's not reasonable, but I mean, like compared to a Yeezy.
For sure.
Yeah, because I feel like my Moabs were like 4 or something.
Yeah. The CDG ones.
Yeah.
190 at Holtz now.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, that's
they're on sale.
Like, I feel like the
backup
fashion people, like the true, like all the buyers and all like the fashion insiders, they always end up rocking the CDGs.
Yeah.
And they kind of like they make their way on the blogs, and you kind of see like the really fashionable people wearing them. So I feel like that's why they always kind of.
Thanks, Mike.
They always kind of make their way up. And then talk about comfort. Like how you said you rock them a lot.
Yeah, it's like a soft 180 and 93s. So 93 I didn't always like. 93s I think I started liking over the last time they retroed was what, like 3-4 years ago? Something like that, and I just didn't get them, and a friend of mine like really wore them a lot, so that really got me into it, and they're just a very easy shoe to slip on. Like my day-to-day is like an Air Force because it's just easy to slip on, looks good with anything. I feel the same about those two, and I like the color.
And they were also those two shoes were the inspiration for the 270.
Yes.
Yeah, so that also came out.
Yeah, so that's why those two are kind of synonymous
And
to
for
me.
the fog. The
180 is the fog sole.
Really?
The air window is based on the
Oh, I didn't
180.
know that.
And the
Like
cage
this
is...
shape? I guess.
Yeah, but even the
square
the
air
pocket
window
here.
is 180 based.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
the
I didn't know that. We'll
Hirachi
talk
like
about
cage.
that.
Okay, so then
We'll
like
get there,
even
we'll
more
get there.
even more reason for the 180 to be up there.
Yeah, wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. That's dope. Sweet. Okay, GF, you're up. Number 3.
My number 3 is gonna be Undercover Element React
Well done.
collab. Specifically this color.
Well done.
I mean, all the other colors are dope, but
Cool.
this one specifically is my.
And I
my
think
number
we
3.
have, I brought these ones over here. So yeah, tell me about them. What do you like about them? What don't you like about them?
My one complaint about Reacts is just the loss of shape over time,
Yeah.
right? And even the way on some of these that it kind of creases in here and you can never really get that shape back and it gets rigid.
Yeah.
But I guess the material's strong enough that it'll never rip.
Yeah. And I think these ones, there was a bit of controversy when these kind of dropped or when the final product
On like
came out.
the combination, because the colors weren't the same.
Yeah,
as when
because the
we first
sale
saw
was
them.
supposed
Exactly.
to be.
Yeah,
So
they
the-
adjusted some stuff.
Exactly. So this was originally supposed to have a purple sole. The green
Yeah.
and red ones were originally supposed to be like a red thing.
Red sole, yeah.
Red sole. And I don't know, it's my pet theory that Nike did that just to fuck over all the fakes because there were a lot of fakes coming out. But yeah, I think...
There were fakes already coming out with
yeah,
the release
before-
of these shoes.
Yeah, before they dropped.
Because if you remember, the early runways of these
Yeah.
came out even before the original 2 colors of the 87 Reacts came out.
Totally.
So that's why this shoe is up there for me, because that kind of started all the Element React hype
I
from the
agree.
get-go. And I actually thought this was an undercover silhouette at that point.
I think that's what everyone did think. I think when these first released,
Yeah.
before they actually... Everyone thought this was a unique kind of undercover thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think this, believe it or not, the undercover ones did not make my top 3.
Oh, wow.
But I think that I think this is definitely a worthy shoe. Like
Yeah, I only choose this over the OG colors because we saw these first.
Right,
and it like
yeah.
kicked off
Totally.
the elements for all of us.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. And I think, I mean, not that it really matters, but in terms of resale, they weren't ever too bad.
No,
I
for sure.
feel like people who actually wanted the shoe were able to get them, which I thought was really nice.
And it's a new silhouette, so that's good to know that it's
Yeah, and like
something that actually is brand new, came out this year.
That does well.
let's
Yeah.
talk about Reacts for a second. I know some people are some kind of doomsayers. You know the way Nike kind of takes a silhouette and just runs with it. Like, do you think that we're going to see any good Reacts in the future?
Do you mean the
okay.
Epic React, the technology, or do you mean...
Sorry, the
Element React.
the Element
Oh,
React.
87, yeah.
Well, when you say that, I would argue that I think Adidas really did that. Like Nike's not the only brand that takes something and runs with it, right? Like
Yeah,
why
definitely
wouldn't
not.
you? This is actually my number 2, like that specific colorway.
Dope.
I love the Element
Oh.
React. I know, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I love the Element React. The shape is so nice. I don't have a pair myself,
yeah,
but this colorway specifically was just like it for me.
totally. And I think
Did they come in your size?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
That's why I'm wondering why you don't
I know
have
the
it.
whites must have.
'cause I know we're starting to see some variants in terms of like, you know, those other ones, those ISPA ones, those high ones. So that's like an Element React, and I know
They did the 55, which is like the what
Solid.
material? It's like a
Well,
solid,
yeah,
more
it's
solid
like a
material.
leather
This,
there,
yeah.
and I know they're releasing. I think like a Craig Green one next year probably. So we might see some interesting stuff. But
Yeah.
I think what's dope about this, was it the Zoom Fly that we first kind of saw that material?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely like the Zoomfly's older brother or sister, whatever you want to
Yeah,
say.
or like more mature. But yeah, in terms of wearability, I feel like those really hit it. They were surprisingly like, I feel like the toe box was kind of weird. Like
It's slimmer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like on like a wider foot, sometimes it got blown out a little. But yeah, no, definitely a worthy number 3. So I'll talk about mine, and it was kind of, I don't know if you guys are, I know Joe will be aware of it. Mine was the Kiko Asics Gel Burrs.
You don't have them here?
2. I didn't bring them.
Oh.
I don't have them. So they're these guys. I don't know if you saw them.
Which colorway? Specifically
Specifically for me, it would have been the mint one.
Fucking
I was gonna
Asics.
say
Yeah.
the mint
Wait,
green.
let me see. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mint one?
So these ones.
It's just a unique.
So I feel like why those are my number 3, and like I said before, it was kind of hard for me to think of the 3rd place one, is because like I don't think anyone was fucking with Asics before like Kiko, and I know this wasn't the first iteration. I think he did one last year as well.
Other than Asics Tiger stuff, like they have some good.
Yeah, no, but I mean he did a collab, like Kiko did a collab with them last year. But I think in terms of just like this whole, I don't want to say dad shoe, but like the hiking core.
This is the hiking.
And like the norm.
It's separate.
The norm core. Like this for me really encapsulates kind of that whole movement and like the spirit of, you know, what was kind of going on besides this stuff. Like to me that was like a really kind of nice moment in sneaker history for this year. So that's why that's my number 3. And I've tried them on, they're very small. They're comfortable though.
So wait, you do have them or you don't have them?
I don't have them.
Why not?
You have the black, don't you?
No.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay, wait, why not?
That's a good question. Even though they're my number 3, I never found a price, and it was weird too because
they have high resale.
Kinda. Like
really?
Yeah, like 500 US.
What's
That's
retail on those?
Retail was about 250.
Oh wow,
US.
so like double. Crazy.
Yeah, so it was, and I had the chance to buy them, and I'm glad you brought that up. It was one of those ones where I was humming and hawing when they first released, and then I never pulled the trigger, and then I totally regretted it not being able to get them for retail. So
Asics had a pretty big year, at least in Toronto, from what I see.
Yeah, because
they used to open the store, and
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Asics girl, but every once in a while something hits.
Yeah.
Just never enough for me to buy it.
Yeah, I get that. So have you ever worn Asics for like ball, like for practical reasons?
I have a pair of
Running?
the Kith ones, like the mint leaf from a couple years
Oh,
ago.
true. Yeah.
I have some old.
That's my
Asics.
only
No, I've
pair.
never had.
I have like the Asics Tiger, the classic red, white, and blue one, the low.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
the Kill Bill ones that are all yellow.
I like those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. Well, who knows? Maybe 2019 Asics is gonna have a huge year.
Would you say that the uprise of the Asics is kind of what gave the New Balance 990 a little more kick this year?
I completely forgot about those. I wish I had a pair.
Yeah.
Because even like Jound had the collab.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like a little
Yeah,
cult
New Balance
following
has a
behind.
big-
I don't know.
990
I don't know
again.
if Asics propelled it for New Balance. I think
No,
New
yeah,
Balance
okay.
had their own year.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think they propelled it, but like the 990s have been having a bit of.
Well, I more just mean it allowed that like style of shoe to come back into the forefront.
I don't think that
and
was
be
Asics.
acceptable.
No.
I think
that
it's
was
Yeah.
Asics.
it's an overall continuation of like the dad walking.
Yeah,
shoe.
yeah.
With more
It's like the
conservative
next
shapes.
level of dad shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the John ones, and like even Ruby has been like killing those. Like,
Oh,
they
yeah,
look
she wears
awesome.
them
And it's not
constantly.
like, even though it's like you would think it's a guy's shoe, I feel like even for the ladies.
No, it looks good up there.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, good point. I didn't even.
I completely forgot about those. I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw those on Kanye's shelf, as much as we all want to throw that guy away,
Yeah.
when I saw them on a shelf earlier this year, I was like, that was like the selling point for me.
No, there's things on that shelf
Speaks
that
volume.
like meant a lot.
Yeah.
The placement of certain things. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay too whatever for those.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like what constitutes the value? Like those might be the most comfortable walking shoes, and you might wear them every day.
Yeah.
But it feels bad paying X amount of dollars when you might buy these shoes for
The same price.
and,
Yeah.
and you'll wear them twice,
Yeah.
but you're like
Yeah.
you don't feel bad about
okay,
that.
That's the main-
90% of shoes here wear
Yeah,
twice.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's the main
You
reason.
still have they're all
StockX.
they're all like dead stock.
There's some dead stock.
Yeah, there's some StockX tags in
Yeah.
there.
Well, no, the New Balance I think they're great. I just don't have a New Balance history. This is kind of like that Vans conversation we had earlier this year. And it's just, will I wear those more than I wear my Air Forces? Will I wear those more than I wear
Right.
my 180s? No.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What was the Vans conversation?
It's just like if you've never really been a Vans person
Oh yeah, I
and
felt
you just
weird.
hop onto it.
Oh,
I
just
didn't
'cause
want to
it's
be a
like-
bandwagon
True, me and
jumper.
Anna
How-
always battle on.
But
she
I-
hates my checkerboards.
I hate his checkerboards.
She hates my
for fun.
checkerboards, but
Oh
Yeah,
no, that's a Joe classic. This is
It
another
is.
Joe.
It's a joke.
Checkerboards are different. It's not like the old schools or like the skate lows or skate highs. Like the checker, if you're a checker guy, you're a checker guy. I feel like that's
Yeah.
that's definitive like you're a different breed. You're not
But
bandwagoning.
to be fair, they look very cool on you.
Thanks.
I just see them on a lot of.
Part they don't look cool though.
I see them on a lot of people, and I just don't think it looks cool.
Yeah, I
they
agree
wear it
with
with the wrong pants, like skinny, like I'm looking
It's
at a women's
like
lens,
emo.
but yeah.
Yeah, it can be bad.
But I did finally buy some Vans this year.
Yeah, did you get old schools?
No, I actually got 2 pairs of Authentics.
Oh, nice.
All right, should we get into number 2?
Let's get into number 2. Joe, why don't you kick us off?
What was my number 2? Hold on, let me check my notes. Should we check if we're still recording before we hit intro number 2?
Yeah, sure.
Imagine it wasn't.
No, it's so good, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 20. Okay, so start us off with number 2.
Oh man, number 2 I narrowed it down to a handful and I'm like still caught between 2 and 1.
It's a game time decision, eh?
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
And it's an older one, but I'm gonna have to go with the Air Jordan 1 off-white, but the all-white Europe exclusive.
Nice.
Oh, those are good ones.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So we don't have the Europe exclusive here. Wait, that was a Europe exclusive.
Oh, we got the Carolina.
Wasn't that a women's?
No?
That was like the Milan Fashion Week
Who
or
hasn't?
Paris
He had
Fashion
them,
Week.
remember? With the purple laces, Jason.
Oh yeah, because he
Oh,
won
I know
from
some
a
people
Euro
that
raffle.
have gotten them,
From a
but
Euro raffle?
So how'd you
That's
get
doable.
them?
You win a Euro raffle.
And he went?
No, they send them
resale.
to you. Sometimes you win those global raffles, they'll send them to you.
yeah.
All right, so let's bring it back. So you chose the white over the UNC.
Yeah, I love the
yeah.
UNC too, but in terms of wearability, the clean white,
The
and I
white.
love the mint on it.
And the white,
Amazing.
when the white ages and they get a little yellow, it has a very nice look to it.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is one of
That's
those
one of
that
the
I'm
few
like,
that looks
I
good.
still want.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I remember when they were dropping, and I had a little bit of a thing with sneakers this year. I kind of completely just dropped off
Yeah.
once
They
March
still-
hit.
they still came,
Well, the thing is, we had that conversation, I think, and like we had like a group message going, and I was just like, I don't like white ones. Like all white ones just are so boring to me.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's one of the few though.
Yeah,
the
no,
few.
because
I regret it
it's
now.
got mint. It's
I
got
regret
mint
it
in
now
it, and that
because it
off-white
has a
mint
lot of
is-
texture.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was his thing with these and those. It's like all white ones and UNC ones are kind of just meh.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, like if we make these
He
versions,
was supposed to do the white mints as the first drop, apparently. And then he said you got to
Really?
go with the red and black classic colorway.
Yeah,
when he
for
noticed at first, but he was first going to do the white.
But in the original 10, weren't the red ones the only red ones? Like that was the only hit of color.
That was the only hit of color, but
Yeah, that's
apparently he
because-
ran or saw something with the OG, and he's like, I got to start with the OG colorway.
Really?
But
Yeah.
at
Oh,
first it
didn't he
was the
see someone
white.
at like an airport or something?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't there like a story behind that?
isn't Presto the only black in that 10?
I think so. That's not even really black though. It's like navy.
It is.
Yeah, you never seen that?
It's not navy, bro.
It's no way. It's
Yeah.
definitely
He left them
black.
in the sun, bro.
Guy, no.
Okay, so
It's
My
not
son
that
is
color.
partially colorblind.
Yeah, those
This
are super black.
is
yeah.
not in my
that
top. This actually grew on me a little bit, but
Not easy
I
to wear.
hate UNC. I hate this color.
Yeah, the Tar Heels.
But this is not the UNC.
But this
blue.
isn't the
No,
UNC
this
blue.
is like a little teal.
This is like
almost.
more teal. Like
Yeah.
I like
He
the
altered it.
on the.
I wear blue now and then.
Yeah, but I like blue.
That's
I like
a
that
royal.
blue.
That's a royal.
No, that's not a royal.
That's not a royal.
That's like a cerulean or something.
Yeah, it's like a cerulean.
This is like a cyan.
Yeah, this
to
is
me.
like a cyan. This is.
I
almost
don't-
Like a cyan.
Break out the fucking Pantones.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
every photo that I saw coming leading up to this release was different. And I was
For
like,
these? Yeah,
yes.
all
and
the
if,
colors? Yeah.
if I had bought them and
Standardized.
this came to me, I would have been pissed.
No, I
I would
like
have been
him.
so cheesed.
I knew what I was getting.
Yes, I don't like this cyan color.
I like his restructured ones because last year my number one was the
The ones.
The
Yeah,
ones
I think
from
we
10.
had.
But the all white ones that Joe has
Mentioned.
chosen for his number 2 have that little like baby blue
yeah
kind
that
of
mint.
tinge
They
to
have
it.
a mint, and then
Is
there's
it a mint?
Yeah, there's a mint.
Anyway, I think those are beautiful.
You keep saying mint. But the tag is mint too, right?
The tag is
It's
mint.
like a light blue.
It's the light
It's like
blue
a,
tag.
It's like a robin's egg, right?
There's a light blue tag on the blazers down
It's like
there.
a Tiffany box.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah. It is. It was. So were there any like major cultural moments? Because remember last year we were talking about Federer rocked them, and like all these people, like all these. It was like a cultural movement with the ones.
Yeah.
Were there any like things that stood out to you for the?
Well, for these specifically, he wore these to the Met Gala with the
good memory.
suit,
Yeah,
but
good
not
memory.
the white. Was there a cultural moment for the white?
I feel like these And the original 10s are the ones that sparked the whole take the swoosh off and have the stitching on both, like on that outer.
Kinda, yeah.
And then it's like 100 shoes or 100 people tried to customize with that same take off the swoosh. And
I know, and then I feel like, I mean, I don't want to go too into it, but I feel like this year, like that DIY shoe thing really
saturated.
Was too much.
So
way too much. I mean, I feel like it was cool at first, and it was definitely kind of, in my opinion, inspired by this collection. But I feel like people, it seemed like everyone.
But you know, I think part of that is, like, a lot of the biggest shoes of the year look like DIY shoes anyway.
Kind of, yeah.
Right, and even some stuff that people are excited about for 2019, like Sakai Blazers, look like a DIY shoe, right?
Yeah,
so, like, that makes sense to me.
It's a good
why it got saturated to the point where it's not worth doing yourself.
The white ones were the Fashion Week. They released
in the runway that way.
They're on the runway. They released in
the Off-White show.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just subtle, and everyone's like, "Oh, geez, this must be the next Off-White one," and then it ended up only being Euro only.
Yeah, those were. I thought they were women's only.
I love them.
No, it's because I know a lot of guys who have them.
And then they also have the purple laces too, right?
Yeah, I like the whole pastel thing going on there, which is weird because I don't always.
Yeah. Cool. I think that was
my number 2.
That was a great synopsis.
It's a good number 2.
So Anna, number 2.
So I feel like my list keeps changing, but I'm gonna stick to what I wrote down. Okay. I picked the Element React and specifically the
Mist Green.
Mist
Green. I'm thinking of the ones in Pine Green, which I also really love.
We kind of spoke about this already, so I don't think.
I just like that it's a graduation of the Zoomfly SPs, which I really wore a lot last year and this year.
Yeah,
but even these laces to me are such a nice touch. It gives it like a hiking feel.
Yeah, and I love this shade of green.
Yeah,
and I feel like this was definitely the most wearable.
But this is like a grape. This is like it's like grape tones.
Well, he always uses these tones, right?
Yeah.
Like this like burgundy and green combination.
Yeah,
it reminds me.
And like it was a lot easier to wear than these.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Even the yellow, red, and blue is hard to wear.
Yeah, those are the ones I got.
But those are still really
nice. These ones are really great.
Yeah, and then there's a fourth colorway too that no one really talks about. They're like really dark.
Yeah,
I feel like those were maybe a bit of a sleeper, but I don't know.
Like the burgundy with the navy with the hunter green and then like the rust orange is just, I love it.
Yeah, it's a very unique colorway for
Yeah, I like that we're back in, like you guys pointed out earlier, that we're back into the whole colorful thing.
Yeah.
Because last year was all tonal and I was super like all one color everything.
Yeah.
It's a nice change.
And yeah, I mean, like we'll talk about that, and I don't think that's probably an honorable mention. I think
big time.
So we'll keep that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Jeff, you're number 2.
Number 2, Air Fear of God 1.
Boom.
Late release, but crazy release.
Yeah. So this is one definitely worth talking about. We mentioned that I didn't even know that about the Solana, so that's pretty cool.
But there's a lot of tech in here too. Like, what is this?
Because it's a basket. Isn't that a basketball shoe?
Basketball shoe?
It's not a basketball shoe when you put it on, though.
No, but
it's supposed to be able to stand up.
Yeah.
I have footage of Phil playing basketball now. So.
Really, huh? I'm afraid to do that.
So the black over the gray.
Well, the gray technically hasn't dropped yet, unless you're special.
Okay. I like the gray.
But for me personally, the black is just super easy to wear.
Yeah.
The gray is intense. It reminds me of like the first 750s. To me, this is almost just like a Yeezy 3 for Nike.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that because
it's Kanye's camp.
Yeah, well, Jerry inspires a lot of Kanye's style, I would say.
Yeah,
like, I would say he inspires Kanye more than Kanye inspires his style.
I think so, yeah.
Right?
At this point now. Yeah, at this point now.
No, even before when Kanye was getting into the whole sweats thing and like the way everything fit him, I thought a lot of that was Jerry inspired.
Yeah, for sure.
What I think is nice about these is it truly feels like a collab.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the times, designers will just get an existing model or they'll do something and they'll just kind of throw some colors on it. Yeah. Just like, if you know Fear of God, what were those other ones called?
The military sneakers.
Yeah. Like this really feels like a Fear of God shoe.
Yeah, the outsole is
it looks like a military sneaker, just like with basketball touches.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah,
and then
raunchy.
Yeah, and then like cultural moments for this, he did the 6 collection lookbook where he comes out of the truck and he's wearing the bone.
Yeah, nice.
And then he wore these to the Portland and Lakers game, I think it was, and he posted them and he's with like designers from Nike. and they're all wearing them, and that was like, that went viral instantly.
Another cultural moment is when he gifted everybody from his factory a pair.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And also, he's just been gifting them. There was a man who he gifted because he and his son were in his car and it broke down and he ran out of gas. And
they helped him get gas.
Someone helped him get gas, so he just gave him a pair.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But then also, if you're outside of Staples Center, they have this enormous Jumbotron that wraps around this building, right? And it usually has LeBron, Lakers, Nike commercial going on, but for the last couple months it's had this.
No way.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Well, because it's LA, right? So
Are
and
they
it,
comfortable?
And they added in 2K19.
yeah,
Yes.
which is crazy.
You can buy the
game.
shoe in the game.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then
Really?
even like a Fear of God's like
Yeah.
T-shirt, like
And
all
it's like
this stuff.
Fear God branded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
crazy.
shoe.
It's like part of the launch.
I think
insane.
you know what won me over.
What?
And I might get some flack for it. Is John Mayer does his live Instagram pod and he was rocking them.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Bizbim.
Yeah.
Sick.
What? Really?
Yeah, because this is not like, to me this has like
the
a
tan.
Y3 Nike collab feel to it.
I
Like
get that,
it
I
looks
get
like
that.
a Jerry
Can you put
Y3.
chain on it? I think it's like rubbing on the mic. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so you know, to me it's very Jerry, and then there's like the parts of Nike.
Yeah. I feel like it's if you're looking at kind of the scope of what's going on here this year, it stands out as a silhouette. Like it's a new silhouette.
Yeah, it looks like nothing on the table.
Yeah, totally.
Well, this is the kind of shoe that people who don't know sneakers will ask you what they are.
Oh, for sure, because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Joe,
no,
do you
it's
find these
good.
comfy? You told me no the other day.
The first time I put them in,
Yes,
yeah.
you have them.
The sale tan color, gray, I guess, but it's.
They look
No,
kind of
I-
narrow. Like
For a double stacked heel zoom, I was expecting to be like on cushions of air, but
They're a little clunky.
No way.
I'll give them that.
I don't think
I
I
do
could-
not think when
I don't
looking
think I
at
could
these,
follow
these
them.
look comfortable.
I don't think I
Really,
could
huh?
follow
You don't
them.
think they look comfortable?
Hell no.
I think they need to be broken in because like,
Look like a ski boot.
yeah, it does.
Okay.
Well, the sole is.
I
pure
actually
fear
had
God.
that thought because Phil and I were in Burton when a guy was like, "Hey, cool shoes, man," and we looked at him and we were like, "There's no way this guy knows what they are." And I was like,
They just lock right into the snowboard.
Yeah, and I was like, they look like a snowboard boot.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Which is, imagine having a Fear of God snowboard boot. That'd be fire.
That would be maybe the next collab.
That's what will make me snowboard.
Yeah, really?
I guess it's the first time you see them because when I first saw them, Mayer was wearing them with Viz, and I felt like because
look
it was
great.
tan, it reminded me of
I
like a
gotta see
moth.
this. I gotta see this. I'm gonna pull this up on the.
That's because John Mayer, like he does
Well,
that whole vibe.
well, when Complex interviewed Jerry Lorenzo, it was with John Mayer.
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
shoes.
and John Mayer's in like full Visbim.
It was actually that was actually a very good interview. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, you
Okay,
should.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you should watch
I'm gonna
that.
check that out.
That was a moment for me in these shoes as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So I'm not going to speak about my number 2 for very long, because I know we'll have a lot to say. But these were my number 2.
Wow, the Unions.
The Unions were my
Number
number
2.
2. And I think that's fine. I think that's all I'll say. These are my
I
number
like the black toe better.
two. You like the black toe one better?
Same.
Okay, I'm gonna say no. The reason is because how many good blue Air Jordan 1s are there?
None.
Very few.
I might
So-
just hate blue.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe
You're so
that's
good on
what's
this with the
happening.
cream sole. This is
It just
unbelievable.
looks like too Superman for me.
They
like
are a
the
little
red, white, and
Superman.
blue is just too much.
And a little bit of yellow too.
like
I do
this,
like the black toe
this
with the
could have
gray.
been like a Superman shoe.
Yeah.
Or like
All
a
right, all
Spider-Man
right, let's save
shoe.
it because I have a strong feeling that the sole might come up again.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it might.
Yeah, it might. So, this is kind of like the fun part of the show where we get to talk about honorable mentions.
There are a lot.
There are a lot.
I
There are a
know.
lot. Sneakers that
Holy.
didn't make the top 3 list.
Wow.
But definitely are worth speaking about. I don't know. Why don't we start with the Prestos? This was kind of a one that was a re-release,
down.
reissue from
StockX tag.
from the original from the original drop, which I think was 16. Errolson is kind of ending his relationship right now with Nike, so these might have some kind of lasting impression. What do you think of them? I feel like these were super dope when they came out.
Is he really? I feel like that's been said for 4 years now, and like
No.
there's
Didn't
still
he say?
shoes.
Didn't he say that with his last
ACG.
ACG collection that this
The
would
one
be
that
his
just
last
dropped,
one?
the
Yeah,
green
that was
and
his
the
last-
green and
yeah.
He
yellow.
said.
Okay,
I think
okay.
he said it.
Okay, fair.
They're going to be on a break for a bit, I think until 2020. But anyway, so what do you guys think? Like, I feel like, I don't know, I have such a love-hate relationship. I really love these, and I think they were super dope. but I feel like, and I hate to say it, a lot of people got their hands on it, and I don't know, it kind of...
Did that ruin it?
They ruined
Seeing
it?
it around so much.
They didn't know how to rock it?
Around, you know, the types
They're
of people.
very hard to wear.
Yeah.
Especially this color I find hard to wear.
I like
but I
the
love
color.
this color. Like
I don't.
when you see pictures of this,
Yeah.
it's jaw dropping too.
I hate this black and white pattern.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to bring those up here, because a lot of people...
I hate this shoe.
You hate this shoe.
I hate this colorway.
Really?
I like the other one, the white and black.
With the yellow?
With the
With
yellow.
the yellow,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
okay.
pop of yellow.
So this was something that a lot of people were doing too.
You did a great job.
Taking it off.
Yeah. So how did you take these off? Because a lot of people hated this. I think it was like inspired by like a battleship. or
So
something
you
military.
need
I think he uses
his
that
camo- it's his
pattern
camo.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Because it's on the Vapor
his glitch
Max.
camo that's on his
Yeah.
model.
So what about like how did you take it off?
So
Do you
I
like them better this way?
yes, I definitely like them better this way, just because it tones them down. And the OGs are like this, like the first
Oh,
three.
these are like this.
They
Isn't
don't
that
have pattern.
really close to the vapor utility? Like the
Yeah. At this point, yeah,
It's getting close
And I wonder
to
if that's why
That's
he did it.
probably why I hate those.
maybe.
Yeah.
But that's why I think he added.
But the utility came out after the original Prestos in 16.
Yes, it
Yes.
was almost like every man's version of the OGs.
Yeah.
But
So
It takes a
them.
while to get all the print off.
Yeah.
You,
I didn't even realize you did that.
You take that, you get the acetone and then like a puff, like you're taking
Yeah.
your nail polish off, and it's the same thing.
I feel like it's
comes out.
clean, but I feel like doing this takes away from why it looks so special. Like I feel like this just goes so under the radar now.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
So
But if you do that to these, they don't go under the radar, and actually this looks very, I don't know, it gives it a very different look. The people I've seen do it to those, it looks really good.
what color is it when they take
It stays white.
whoa.
Okay, so that'd be
Okay.
interesting.
So it changes the whole vibe of the shoe, because now all this is white.
Is white.
Does it change
I know
the
this
color?
shoe turns
Yeah, it
heads
does.
all the
No, it
time.
couldn't be.
Why not?
Oh, this part, not this one.
No,
So
even
you-
this one stays
So,
white.
so they print
Oh,
the
no,
black
you're right, it's
onto the
reverse.
white.
Yeah. No. They
So this part goes to this almost like translucent gray.
Okay.
And then this turns white.
Turns
Yeah.
white.
What were you gonna say, Anna?
I know this turns a lot of heads. That
Oh, for sure
colorway.
it does.
Yeah.
For sure it does.
That's a
Out
lot.
of the three, I
love pink
had
and blue.
preferred the white and black colorway. I still don't really like this round of acronym Prestos.
Yeah.
I like the first years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neon. Yeah.
which I didn't buy right away, and I had to buy them resell
Yeah, I
afterwards.
Still want those olives.
R.I.P.
I love the olives. I
Yeah.
have the bamboo.
Those are super dope.
They're very hard to wear,
Which, the olive?
or like like this silhouette. I
Oh, I
find
kinda
maybe because
disagree.
mine are really big.
I think it's easy. It's just I'm worried about them falling apart. Because
Yeah.
It's funny because my
delicate, it's
bamboos
material.
never ripped, but the reason I think that was because I always wore loose laces, so this was never rubbing against to
Right,
get
fair,
that rip
fair.
that everyone's complaining about.
Yeah, exactly.
And then these I just don't wear with
I
laces.
also like that they went with real sizes rather than the small, medium, large. as
Yeah.
well.
Really? You like that?
I
feel like-
don't.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
was
like such a
an
nice
OG
touch.
It's such a Presto thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a
Yeah.
Presto
I don't know. I just feel like it
It's
fits me
easier.
better, and I know
Oh,
that my toe
100%.
won't rub, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the 11. Where at first I could get into the 10,
Yeah.
but it's
Right.
I mean, from a practical standpoint, that is true.
I guess so, but I feel like, yeah, I mean, it depends. If you were half size, I heard people like the original sizing. If you were full size, people like these.
So I don't have this, but I have the bamboos, and triple extra small is the smallest they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a men's 6 to 7. I wear a
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, that's way
So
too
like
much.
if I could do a 6, that's kind of a reach as it is.
Yeah,
But the fact that it has to also fit a 7, like I'm wearing 2 sizes too big.
that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge.
So that's a good point.
Sometimes.
Like the real sizes is nice.
All right, who's got other honorable mentions? There's
Yeah.
quite a few.
Man, I'm pulling on
so many.
The public schools.
Really?
Yeah.
So
love
okay, I loved it from the photos.
Yeah.
These are
I know that a lot of people, including Phil and I think Joe wants to do this, cut this part out, which
How
is
does it look?
I don't understand why you guys want it gone.
See?
well, that's like the whole shoe almost.
Exactly.
But that's why I mean, like, cutting it down, I don't know, I feel like it would take away from it.
There's still nice touches like,
know why
like
it's-
this raised part, this
Yeah.
part
When you
that's
wear it,
separated
it's-
here.
It's
weird.
It's quite hard to wear.
It's uncomfortable.
only
with
because
that?
they flap out a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you saying if they'd stayed closer to the sides? it
Well,
would-
whenever they always look best when I wear like a baggy pant, so
Right.
that's covered anyway.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
I've
I
never
can see
really
that.
seen these.
Yeah.
They're tricky, but
don't know,
I
those
do love the
ones-
gray.
I get it, and I feel like the colors are good, but this one was not an
Not for
honorable
you.
mention. No, they're cool.
I think if this was
And
more
the
limited, it
the
would have
stitching's
had
really
more.
Wasn't it pretty limited?
It was fairly limited, but I just feel like the hype wasn't there, that does not dictate.
It shouldn't. No, you're totally right. You're totally right. It shouldn't dictate that.
I don't know. What do you
I
think
got the
of these,
whites. I got the whites.
Are those the whites?
No, these
No.
are the grays.
Oh,
I got the whites,
Was
but
there
I
a
wanna,
black too? The black was a little strange, right?
What was the black? Oh, with the white
They
sole.
look pretty
Yeah.
GI.
I always like
black,
the black and
but-
white, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem
I
with
fuck
like
with
the
the
triple
gray.
black shoes. They always
No, it had a
kinda
white
look-
It had a
Sole.
white sole, which
Oh,
is still
did it?
not great.
I don't know though. That's such a GR colorway.
They also put the not for resale.
Yeah, I know. I was noticing.
They did that first, no?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, they did this.
I don't know if mine says "We Need Leaders" symbol in there. I gotta look. Yours has the "We Need Leaders" inside.
Is that just because the women's?
I don't know.
No,
I
they're
gotta
not
check.
women's. They're
No, they're
unisex.
Oh, really? Wait, so they did these before the not for resale?
Oh yeah, these came out earlier this year.
And I've seen people take this off and flip it the other way.
That's something we don't have at the table either. The not for resale ones.
Hell no, I don't care. About
I
those.
don't care about that.
I don't know. In
do
real
care
life,
about
Neither
They're
do I.
nice.
But what's amazing is
Yeah,
how
they're
much
nice.
those shoes are worth.
those. Yeah, but those I have no.
I'm
idea
not.
why
I'm not
those
saying
are
that that makes them cool. I'm just saying I don't get why they're worth so much.
worth. Yeah, I don't.
How
either.
much are they worth?
The yellow is worth like over like 12.
Stop, US.
Because
Yeah.
it was LA only.
But I don't
I didn't know
understand,
that.
Like,
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
But even the
just a
red is
one?
like 7.
Wasn't it just a one with shit fucking embroidered on it?
no, you have to see. Well, there was stuff embroidered on it, but you have to see the tone of the bone. It's not. It's an off-white.
It's like a cream.
It's amazing.
And there's
it
no.
like a
They've
sand?
never done those
Yeah.
colors before. The leather's pretty.
you got to see.
Okay, I need to.
like-
I need to see them again because when I saw the photos, they weren't really doing
Yeah, I
it
don't know.
for
They
me.
look to me like those just
In real
like
life, you-
all the
I
Jordan
think you'd appreciate
ones
that.
that came
No.
out this year.
They're
with
pretty dope.
I feel like if I saw you wear them, I would like them.
Does this count? Is this year? Is this last year?
No, this is this year.
This is this
It's
year.
this year.
motherfucker.
It's
This is-
right when my Atmos came out.
Yeah.
That's a weird argument to have that this doesn't count as 2018
Because it's the Air Max Day shoe.
yes,
for
it
2018.
came out in
Yeah,
2018.
It's very simple.
Let's-
Very
yeah,
simple.
let's-
It's very simple. It's.
This
This
is
wasn't
great.
a lot of people's number ones.
I believe it.
Big time.
Well, but you know what's funny is like this would have been my number one until the last 2 months.
Until that.
The last 2 months has been crazy.
Oh man, I don't know. This might be another one where I saw too much of it. They fit big, right?
Do
Yeah.
that?
Yes. I should have got a 10. So I've only worn them.
But I don't know. I think
minimal
that one
times.
for me is that could be potentially another one where I just saw too much of it. You know?
Yeah.
No, I love it. But
So talk to me. Why do you love them? I mean, we kind of talked.
I like the
about it.
tones because it's a bit of a pastel-y.
It's different.
Corduroy was big this
But
season.
it's also such a cultural shoe. Like what Sean Witherspoon does with round 2 and how that translates to like this younger generation of sneaker culture
Yeah.
is just I'm a huge fan of what they do.
Yeah.
I watch the channel all the time, like all their episodes and like
Is it-
it may not be like peak taste level at every moment, but what they do is just so authentic to
But
me.
isn't it weird that he gets his own shoe, but he's known for a resale consignment shop?
Yeah, like
Isn't
the fact
a
that
bit-
he has his shoe reselling
But
in
that
his
that
shop.
resale store like brings so many people in and together, and just like the range of product that they have in there.
But didn't
it's a
he have a
special?
little bit of a blow up at Nike?
Recently, I think so.
What was
Yeah.
that?
He was on some shit saying, I don't know. He was
They
like,
are like lacking his creativity, and he's like,
And, like,
now
he's
he's
like,
wearing
if I
New
wanna-
Balances and Adidas again. Like
oh,
he
wow.
doesn't
If I
care.
want to wear these, I can wear whatever I want.
He's been in like Yeezys like constantly.
Oh, so I don't know if I think this.
Oh,
might be
maybe-
But I
Just-
think it's because he wanted to do the Air Force and another version of this with the peel
The peel looked
that has
good,
the
his prototype.
floral print, right?
His prototype.
yeah.
But I
has,
don't think they could mass produce that.
Probably
it's
not.
tough. He has Liberty floral underneath, and then you kind of grind through, and then you see.
And
it.
if he just does like an all navy or all light blue, I'm not for that. I think that's kind of boring.
Yeah, so that's what got leaked, right? Like there was like an all blue version.
But those are just samples, yeah.
Those
I'd
are just
also
samples.
say that it's nice that he made a fusion that didn't piss anyone off.
Yeah.
Like no one, like hybrid shoes just don't.
Suck.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
know.
suck.
Man, those
They're tough.
fucking those Don C's.
I didn't
those
even.
were-
No, I like those.
You like those?
Yes.
315?
Whoa,
3 and 2.
Round two.
It feels like it feels like 2005 to me.
Yeah,
Really?
that's why I don't like them.
That's why I like them. Like
I got the lime green. So
Yeah, you got the.
Yeah, well,
All right, fair. But you didn't bring them though.
no.
Yeah, I don't think that's a short list. When we talk about some of these ones we got going on right here. So,
oh yeah.
what do we got?
Serena Blazers.
Serena Blazers.
Off-White Serena Blazer.
I feel like these ones.
I like
In
these.
terms of all the iterations.
So well executed.
I feel like
Beautiful.
those are the
So
ones.
wearable. This cream looks so good on foot. Like
I love the orange.
black pants, blue pants, anything looks
I
good.
feel
Then-
like the orange was the best blazer they released this year. Far
This
above the
also-
Serena one.
This also combats the whole like yellowing issue.
Because
Yeah.
it's already
Yeah.
It's already yellow.
Yeah, I agree.
And so let's chat about for a minute like what is just happening with the off-white stuff. And we had mentioned it before, like these are probably the last we'll see of the 10.
Well, he put out the post the other day, and he said that you'll notice that every last edition of the 10
Yeah.
is black, white check, and white laces.
Yeah.
He said he's obsessed with that combination.
Okay.
So the 90 is going to be the last one that looks like that, and apparently that's the last of any of the 10 models.
And to be honest, I'm relieved. I think that's fine.
I think it's good.
But he's still collaborating.
yeah, I think there'll still be
He's still
stuff.
collaborating for sure,
He'll
but
do Off-White.
I think it's time to put this collection to
I
rest.
just don't understand why he's still calling it the 10 when it's like the 20 or the 30 by now.
No kidding.
You know?
I think it was. Well,
It's just
anyway.
the 10 like
Models.
silhouettes
Yeah,
specifically.
Right.
So
So I feel like those ones were unbelievable for the Halloween pack. I didn't
This
know.
is a Halloween pack?
Yeah.
these are called
All
Hollow's Eve,
and
the
then
other ones
Right.
are Grim Reapers.
The Green Reapers. So the Presto, I feel like there were some cool moments around the white ones. Some people were tie-dyeing them. I thought those were kind
those
of
look
cool.
great. These are super wearable though. Like
These ones are
yeah,
wearable for
yeah.
sure.
And
Yeah.
it's a Presto. It's super comfy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I will say, like the sizing on these drives me nuts because I'm right in between the 10 and the 11.
Oh, really?
Because I'm a 10 and a half.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like this is a little big. The 10 looks like my feet kind of stick out of it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And then what do we feel about the
I like the gradient color,
You do?
I love.
but I
these.
like color pop.
Because
Look
they
at
also
this,
released
with the
them in
clear
what, a
sole.
97,
I
right?
like, yeah. I
Yeah.
like the
I
97.
really didn't like those.
Okay, this as a cultural moment
Yeah.
It's huge.
is huge. I love it. I love the Serena story. I don't like the color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like this gray.
Yeah.
It's too blue.
It's not
I
easy.
think.
Like, I don't
Well,
know.
there was supposed to be a gray as the third one of these. That was like always the
Yeah.
rumor. That was going to
It
be
was.
a wolf gray, these, and the
Soul looks
black.
cool.
And I don't like those shades of pink and purple.
Do you feel like pink and purple for women stuff that's like a played out story?
I think the argument that they only do women's shoes in pink and purple is stupid because those
Yeah,
are a pink
guys,
shoe.
how many guys are
that's
wearing
a baby
those?
blue shoe. Like
Yeah.
It's kinda new, though.
I think
It's
that
like-
argument is done. I think
Okay.
pink and purple are chosen
Even
because
these
they're
have
on trend.
pink, like-
Yeah. I think pink and purple are on trend,
Cool.
and men are wearing it, and that it's not because it's for women.
For sure.
Dope. I'm gonna let GF talk about these.
Well,
And
Let's go.
where's the other ones?
oh, do we get rid of the 500s? Whatever.
All right.
Oh, they're right here. The blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you talk about them. I don't go with Adidas.
500s. Well,
But
cannot
Ever?
touch.
Ever.
Not even Rick Adidas, liar.
I've had Rick Adidas.
Yeah.
I've had Rick Adidas.
Oh, yeah, you had those mastodons, and you.
You never had Raf Oswego's?
Hell no.
Oh man,
No?
I love an Oswego.
All right. So talk about these.
This is obviously based on the old Kobe pods from the Crazy Eights and the old Adidas basketball shoe.
Welcome
Is
to
that
the,
true?
Welcome to the drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yo, tell us about that. So what do you like?
Crazy Eights. I had the old Kobe shoe. I
Yeah.
followed Kobe from Adidas to Nike.
Really.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I
knowledge.
this is right on Kanye's tonal. I like seeing the tone on tone sock or the beige on beige sock. I don't know.
I actually thought the mud rats for like fashion. I thought those were spot on. I thought those were one of the coolest shoes.
Super comfy.
Are they called
Yeah.
mud rats or desert rats? Sorry.
I've heard
It
both.
depends on the color.
Oh,
it depends.
really?
I've heard both.
The 500s. The 500s.
But-
I think the
500s.
500s are a very nice shoe.
yeah.
Yeah.
These ones, I feel like the OG colorway is way better.
Really, I find this so wearable.
Really?
Yeah, I find this so wearable. I don't know why.
I
That's
don't-
why these look in the condition they're in because I just
Wear them.
yeah.
I don't know. They're pretty
People still wear their shoes? I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's that like?
Interesting.
I agree with Mike. I like
Yeah.
the OG colorway. I like the static ones coming out.
The ones on Saturday.
It's a new silhouette. It's a whole new silhouette.
Yeah, because it has the three.
Oh, so it's not
almost
it's
like
not a
V2.
700.
It is.
It
well,
is,
this
but
sole's
it's
the
a
same,
redo
but then
at
it
the
has
top.
the
Oh, no,
lines
it's
here.
just
Yeah.
700 too.
Yeah.
These are. It's different in the top.
I like the shape of a 700. I like the shape of a 500. I love the tonal look. This, I don't. The color is just not for me.
Yeah,
Same
I
with
know.
you.
Because you have the original ones, right?
I
Yeah,
do
think
too.
those
Would the original Wave Runners be 2018?
No, it's 20.
Last year?
that's fine.
I had those
Okay,
in
good, because
2017.
they would have been in.
No, I
Wave
had
Atlanta.
I had
Yeah,
those in
redo.
2017.
are super dope.
Yeah, I had the original drop, but some people were adding it to this year's list because it was the actual.
So
big
when it
drop.
comes to Yeezys, I mean, it's got to be over. Like, could he do anything? Like, I don't think it matters how limited he could make them here on in. I don't think it could re-catch fire.
I don't know. He's gonna put that.
I
I'm
think-
interested in that Yeezy basketball shoe.
Listen, I
that
like
gonna
what he
look
does with this. I love these silhouettes.
Yeah.
I hate the V2s.
Yeah, the 350,
You know, I got a bunch of pairs in the first year, and I didn't keep.
I don't own one. I don't own one anymore.
I didn't even wait. I just got rid of them right away, just
Yeah.
because like.
I don't know.
You
To
know?
me, the currency of Yeezys is like on the steady decline.
Is it because what is the reason?
It mirrors the Kanye's image on steady decline.
Well,
That's
yeah,
very
that
interesting,
too.
huh?
I don't know if it's directly related to that. I'm gonna say it's not. I just feel like they
It's just
really,
a good coincidence, I think. Like,
Yeah.
it's just happening at the same time.
Oh,
But you know
they
what's
really
crazy?
pump
If
the
you
market.
walk, yesterday, if you go by Champs Eden Center,
Yeah.
and you walk by the door, you know they stack Yeezy boxes in the window just to show, like, this is how many we have left.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
And, like, there's
like
tons.
they're on display. Like a year ago, that never would have happened.
But that's
You
what
could
he
just go,
promised his.
For sure. But, like,
his
to what
consumers.
degree? Like, can we say that everyone has them now? And you're
But
like,
think about
Though,
But
how do
he's, yeah.
that line between making it accessible and at the same time making it wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're too elitist about it. That was one of his like mission statements.
Yeah,
he wanted
which I
to
liked.
everyone who will
I
want
just-
Yeezys will get them.
Yeah.
honestly, I just think the V2 is not a good shoe.
Really.
I don't. I don't
Oh,
think
you've always
it's a
said
good
that,
looking
though.
shoe. Yes,
Yeah.
I've always thought that. I think these are very good looking shoes. If Kanye kept these on the shelves, I wouldn't be mad. I don't know if we have a distaste for V2s also because of like the people we see in them,
Yeah.
kind of running them to the
I think
ground.
unfortunately that might be it.
it's just the Instagram formula. You
Yeah.
know, it's like V2s,
Yeah.
skinny ripped jeans.
Yeah.
Like, that was just the.
Something Gucci.
Yeah, off-white sweater. Like, it's just
Yeah.
very.
It's hard. It's hard to get away from it.
Yeah.
Even though I still kept like
You kept your V2s.
I kept like clean. Like I have OG Pirate Blacks, and I have just the clean creams and the zebras.
I kept my Moon Rocks, but those are V1s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kept tans.
I don't even know how to wear those anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Bless you.
My girlfriend wears them to the gym. She wore moon rocks to the gym yesterday. The guy in the gym freaked out.
I was,
Yeah, he literally were walking by and he's like, "Just wearing fucking moon rocks." What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm having a
but
good laugh.
Kim does it.
Yeah, for sure. No,
And I used to wear them to the gym as well.
I'm sure they're good gym shoes. Like, they lock you in.
Not
like they're-
really, but they're nice, especially if you're not
Yeah.
like doing running. I wear my Zoom Fly off-whites to the gym now.
Nice.
I feel like unbalanced in those shoes.
In the Zoom Fly?
Yeah, it's
You are
just
high.
like,
Because they're meant for running, right?
yeah,
Propelling
yeah,
you kind of forward.
yeah.
It has definitely has like a drop.
Which is much like the Air Max 95. I always felt like you have like lean ability on
Yeah.
those.
All right, let's talk about these for a second.
Yes.
Red toes and
The year of the color toe.
I know. I want to include all the other colors, like the purples, the
Court
olives.
purple, pine green.
The pine greens were, I like those a
I don't
lot.
know. I feel like that was. I feel like this is the beginning of the end.
Really?
Of the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But I just feel like we've been saying that
How
for
do you
so
get
many
tired
years.
of that?
Maybe not. Maybe not the bread toe, but all the other iterations really was a turnoff for me. I wasn't even
Yeah.
close to interested in those.
I don't know. I like it. I don't know. It's one of
I
those
like it.
silhouettes. Even seeing the one that's upcoming, that weird light mint.
Yes, yes.
Whoa, I haven't seen
that raw
those.
leather.
Yeah, I've been posting them like every day on my story. I fucking
What?
love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Can I pull those? Yeah, can you pull those?
So what do we think about all these like for all intents and purposes they're GR, right?
Honestly, no, because
Court purple was not GR. That's why they're worth like $600-700.
even these, like, remember,
Yeah.
I won't say
Nope,
what we
nope,
did,
go
but
ahead.
No, these were harder to get for sure.
people still hit me up about these.
These are still worth a lot. These
like,
are
I have
like
a friend.
$450.
Yeah.
I bet you in 2 years, you know how much like a top 3 Jordan 1, the original top 3 is worth now? Like $700.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan 1s are the only shoe that can resist like a high supply and maintain its value.
But I feel like Jordan didn't they make a statement saying like, yeah, it's bad for brand image if we have them. I guess none of them ever said.
No,
that.
these are, I honestly, as much as we say they're dropping too many ones, like when they drop a good one, no
It's
one
hard
cares.
to deny.
You
Even like these,
Yeah.
how many pairs did they have at Jordan store? Like over 500,
Did they?
and still worth like $1,000.
That's way different though.
Wow,
and
still.
also the Jordan store is always going to have the most of something in
that's
Toronto.
very different, man. That's
I'm
very
so happy that's here. That's like a blessing for sure.
different. All right, well.
To be
I
one
guess-
of 3 cities with that store
I
is
think I'm
like,
the only one on that, but
That's
maybe
the
I'm just a
upcoming
little
one.
bit tired.
I'll show you the Jordan one in a second.
yeah. See,
This is
See, that's a
I don't
little
know though. This is dope.
I think these are a really dope shoe. Like the materials are like they're definitely stepping it up with a Is this the
materials are
remaster?
nice.
I think so.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm just happy all Jordan 1s are now given this leather treatment, and it's just
I know it turned into
Some
a
people
cliche.
don't like it though.
No,
ah,
Like,
see.
it kind of
It's
like it
nice.
makes the toe box like I don't know. It's
it gives it that worn-in look.
That's
Definitely
true.
faster.
Because like 2013 Breads, Royals, and Shadows, like the way that creases drives me nuts. Just because it's that flat leather all the way through.
I see, but that's like the classic.
And I know it turned
Yeah,
into
yeah.
a bit of a cliche to compare everything to hold the shattered backboards as the standard for quality.
Yeah,
So
for
it turned
sure it is.
as soon as like these dropped, it was like shattered backboard, shattered backboard.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. That's probably a good transition. Why don't we talk about some of these in front end that you brought?
Another honorable mention is the Aleli May.
The fur.
So
The fur.
it's funny that I wasn't super interested in these right away.
oh
but the
wow, this suede is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
person.
Now that I
Whoa.
throwing me off.
But this fur comes off.
so the fur comes off.
Right
Oh
off.
yeah, okay.
And so I had no intention of ever wearing this fur, but I wore it to a pajama party actually a couple days ago,
That's cute.
and I looked at the photos and like they actually look pretty cool with the fur.
Yeah, they look okay with the fur.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the fur anymore, but
Classic Aleli quilted insole.
it's
Yeah.
a definitely
So fire.
yeah, and
I
like
think
the
she's two for two.
leather,
I
the
think
leather
I think
inners.
she wasn't on my top 5 last year, but she made the honorable mention.
This is a dope shoe.
This is a very good
This
shoe.
suede is amazing.
The
like the
suede is amazing. I love the color placement, the color blocking. They're inspired by the Biotech,
Yeah, yeah.
and you see that right
Biotech
away.
Dunk.
And so, yeah. So what else did they release with? Because they coincided with another release, right?
The Maya Moore 10s with the same color blocking. I also have those. I didn't
I feel
bring
like
them.
People were definitely mad at those.
I just didn't think you guys would be into that shoe for
But
this.
it's just a 10, like
purpose.
10s, yeah.
But the thing is, like, a 10 is tough, but when a 10 hits, how often does that happen? And to me, I liked them.
Oh, I flipped it on backwards. Or did I? Is that right?
No, you're good. I
I'm
think
good.
you're
I'm
good.
good.
Oh.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, no, these are the dope. They remind me of another honorable mention, the Amy Leon Dore bespoke Air Force Ones. See those?
No, show me those.
Oh, the suede.
No.
They
I
never
don't
came
know
out,
this.
but they were similar
He
level color blocking,
honestly,
but-
he does everything so well.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta see these. I'm gonna put those on the video. Oh no, I think those are.
Oh,
no,
here,
those are-
look, see.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah. So Lele, dope.
I think
LA,
Aleli
dope.
just has really great taste, and
I think she's a really good stylist too.
These are
Oh,
ones I wish
yeah,
they
yeah,
were-
yeah, yeah.
I wish they
Those
were
are really
released,
good.
but
Those
maybe
were
they
a
will.
sample?
Yeah, we said bespoke, so.
So I think that. Well, I was just, when the photos of these popped up, I was like, I don't know how much
It's
more.
been for almost a year though we've seen this color combo
Yeah.
on the internet.
She's been wearing it
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Because this was actually, I learned on her Instagram that this was actually what she originally wanted to drop before the
Really?
Satin.
the satin.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. I feel like the satin ones are better, but
I think it
Satin's
rolled
more
out.
universal for sure,
I
but
think so.
But like, when Phil saw me get these, he had to get them too.
Yeah.
Because now that you see them in person, right? Like,
No, they're really nice. The
They're
materials
very-
I
are
need
nice.
a damn 12 in these though. A women's 12, so hard to find.
Yeah, that'd be
You
tough.
try the 13 or like
Yeah,
the
exactly,
highest.
yeah.
no, I think these are a very good shoe. It's an honorable mention. We have a top 3. This can't be in my 3, but
Yeah. No, that's great.
And it's also tough, like even with when I put the fears in, like because this was so recent, it's hard to all of a sudden say
Right,
it's
like
gotta
we-
be there, Maybe in 3 months you might say, you know what? Actually, that's like my top 5 from last year. You never know.
yeah, and like
Crazy the way that is.
yeah, and to your guys' point that there's a lot of color this year. If you asked me a year ago about these, I probably wouldn't wear them, but I wear these a lot.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
great.
We should
Travis?
talk about grab the
Okay.
Travis. Okay, so I got a gripe with Travis Scott and Jordan Brand because
Air your grievances.
because it's just like you're showing us all these pictures of all these fire colors, like the purple Jordan 4, the olive Jordan 4, what looks like a shadow Jordan 4, and we're just never gonna see them. They're just gonna be friends and fam.
Is that what they
and
said?
That's
Did
what
those tans come out?
10 what?
the tan Travis that we liked.
Nope. This is the
Military
only.
green didn't come out?
This is
Only
the
one that-
only Travis that's dropped so far.
These never did it for me.
Other than the Air Force One.
Yeah, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like them?
I like them a lot.
Really?
And it's funny because earlier I had just said that I don't like red and blue together, but the last two shoes we picked up have red and blue side by side. And I also said I don't like cyan. This isn't cyan. I'm very picky with blues.
It's like a it's like
I'm very picky
I'm
with,
the
like-
same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm very picky with like shades and Pantones, and this I think is like so perfect.
Right.
And I love the red and like baby blue
You like the-
combination.
you like
It's
the
a good
four?
shoe.
You think it's a good shoe?
And I usually
This
don't
is
like.
based on Houston Oilers. So Travis is like taking all these things that he grew up with, right?
Okay.
And he's
I didn't know
making
that.
like his own colors.
I
Right?
didn't
know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Even not knowing that, I still think it's a very nice shoe.
Yeah.
I don't know. 4s are tough.
Really?
Really?
Tough, yeah. I
Whoa.
feel like
4
it's-
is like the most wearable Jordan.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
4s are like my Air Force. Like Air Force is like my everyday
for
shoe.
me-
It's so synonymous
No.
with like the old head memes.
No, 1s and then 4s are the most wearable
Really?
Jordans.
I wear 4s a lot.
I love 4s and 3s. Don't get me wrong, but they're all OG colorways like the Mars Blackman or the Cements.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy shoe to wear for me. I don't know.
Really? Yeah, I can see that.
'Cause
Like
it's-
especially on you, this
it's
would
like-
be.
But like a bread 4 is killer. Like that's so easy to wear.
I wear the
what?
whites.
Literally to me like
I wear
anything.
white cement 4s like on a weekly basis. My all white pure money 4s like a lot.
I need Black Cat 4s to come back
I
out.
just feel like
I
it's
need
too,
red 4s. I accidentally sold mine.
The silhouette's in between, where it's bigger than
Oh
the Slim
shit,
Jordan 1.
they're so
Someone messaged me on Instagram about a photo, and then she's like, "Are you selling these?" I'm like, "No." And then she bothered me enough that I was like, "Okay, fine,
I'll sell them.
I'll sell them."
All right, so I feel like that's a good transition into like some classics that got
Yeah,
retroed this year.
exactly.
Right, so grab the Concords
So
right there.
I know GF and I have a very similar sentiment about these. I was so hyped about them when they were dropping. These were probably the two biggest like retro,
Yeah.
especially for
Well,
the
and
it's
because
like so
arguably
funny
they're like
size.
two of the biggest Jordan colorways and models of all time,
Agreed.
right? Like these two and like Bread 1s or Chicago 1s are probably the top 3,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it's hard to say, oh, I'm not gonna buy these again. Like I feel like anytime this comes out, I'm gonna buy it. Or
This is
anytime-
the first time these have retroed in like
since like 2008,
10
so it's been a
years,
while. Yeah.
And I think 2008, I had the Jumpman on mine, I think.
Yes, because it's countdown pack.
So
Yeah, and like this means so much to people. You know, this
Yeah,
Nike
it's
Air,
Nike.
right?
this release is a cultural moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
in itself. So talk about that. Why is it important to have the Nike Air on the back as opposed to the Jumpman?
Well, it's how they originally
That's how
came,
they- yeah.
right? And even for Jordan
Educate the
1s to
people.
have this here, opposed to the Jumpman, which
Yeah.
luckily we don't see anymore,
Yeah.
or the lack of Jumpman on the heel,
I hated that.
right? Are things that people really do care about. So
It's a purist.
yeah, it's a purist thing. It's like maintaining that the OG.
Do you think that wears off as they continue to roll out shoes with the Nike Air on the back?
Well, I was thinking
It
about that.
almost
the
felt
other day.
like.
know about it
Well, the
anymore.
thing is that almost
Let's
felt
not
like
get
that almost felt like an elitist thing as well, right? Like I only wear them if they have Nike Air.
Well,
But then
because if you
once-
did
Like a
wear
Nike
them,
top
it
thing.
signified that you had like 99s
That's
or
the-
like
Exactly.
2001.
So
right?
if Jordan continues to do that, will that appeal wear off?
It's-
Because people take it for granted. Now they'll just be like, it's Nike Air.
Yeah.
It's like, that's always how it is.
But I still think if it doesn't have that, I'm not gonna buy it.
Really?
Oh.
That's enough to stop you from
Yeah,
buying
for
a
sure,
shoe.
Really?
100%. If they drop these again, like in another 5 years, and these are destroyed, and I need a new pair, and it has Jordan Air, no thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Even like
The logo's so ugly.
if these bread toes had Jordan Air and the Jordan logo, see you later.
Really?
Yeah, no thanks.
See you fucking later, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Purist. He's a purist.
so
Yeah.
this is my very first pair of black cements. I've never had
Really?
black
Wow.
cements,
Yeah, I'm
and
the same way.
you know what? I don't have the same connection to it as I think a lot of people do.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I would say like white cement 4s are my black cement.
Cool. Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I bought these because I didn't feel like I could skip them, you know?
Yep.
I felt like
Just
if I
needed-
missed them, I'd be pissed off, but I haven't worn them since that one night.
I
Exactly.
told you, they're not easy.
No, they're not.
Not easy to
No,
wear.
I just
And they're iconic,
I
and I love them. But
I think it's just
I think they're an
because
iconic shoe that you just have to have.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
It's an
ones that
essential.
fall into that. For
Yeah.
Sure. And
Joe?
these two both. Concord's classic.
Talk to us about the Concord.
Wow, there's a huge, yeah.
45.
Wait, time out. We didn't even. There are a lot of the threes had a big year, and I think
The
we
threes?
kind of.
Yeah,
I think
there's
we're
so many.
I think we're kind of skimming over that.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, get back
the
to it,
free
get back
throw
to it.
lines.
Yeah.
I think those were really good.
Yeah.
The
Justin Timberlake.
the
You met
Timberlakes.
Justin Timberlake?
I did. I lined up for.
But then there was
hours.
the Korea,
The
the Seoul
Tinkers,
ones.
the Korea ones were
That was in my honorable
really
mentions,
good.
the Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a big year for threes under the radar.
It was
Yeah.
under the
And
it
but
was.
that's
It was
because-
all.
Oh, the
It was all
Tinkers-
within a month. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
The Tinkers looked so cool online, and then when I got them,
You don't even like those bio beige.
Oh, I do like those a lot.
Those are
I do like
really,
those a lot.
really nice. Those are another honorable
Those
mention.
are the basically, yeah, the man in the woods,
So cute.
like
Oh.
the beige
The
joints.
beige ones.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
If you had like, painted a picture for me in words,
Yeah.
I would be like, that sounds stupid. And then you see them in person, and you see them in hand.
Yeah,
Really?
they're
They won
fire.
you over there.
Yeah,
good.
I should have those. Interesting.
Good.
Yeah, no, I like the Timberlakes. But
Let's stop
that's
talking
Yeah.
about
Sorry,
that.
I just really wanted to
No,
touch
no,
on
no.
that
It's
quickly. I
definitely
like.
worth bringing up.
I love
Thanks
the
for doing
3M swoosh on the
it.
Tinkers.
Tinkers, yeah, that's nice.
So Concord's first time they ever dropped with the 45 on the back.
Yes.
the first time they ever dropped was with the 45?
No, this is the
Retro.
first time they've ever dropped with the 45 on
Right.
the back.
Which is because it's the number he had when he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so let's talk about...
Isn't it in Space Jam at the end of the game, like when he comes back to the NBA, isn't he wearing 45 11s?
Yeah, but
He
not
is
these.
In the final scene?
but not
but it's
these.
Space Jam.
It's the
Oh, but they're wearing
Space Jam.
Space Jams.
But
yeah.
still.
But like, okay, so this is the year. This is what he wore when he came back.
Yeah.
So he wore them, I think, in November, and then he wore them in March, and then they dropped in November.
That's great.
Yeah.
So Joe, let us know what you think. What do you think about these?
These are iconic. This
Yeah.
is guys
Tinkers-
wearing this to weddings.
Yeah.
for, like,
Isn't that
decades
funny?
because of this.
That's what you
Tinker's
think
favorite
of?
shoe.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
It's such a sneakerhead shoe.
It's
Yeah.
a sneakerhead
But
shoe.
to me, this screams like old head. Like this is such an old head shoe.
well, yeah.
But this
It
is.
is.
but this is arguably like one of the more revolutionary
It was
Nike
no, no,
basketball
It
shoes.
was probably the most.
put patent leather on
The
it.
game changer. Because what did Jordan say? He wanted something to go from the court to also like to wear a suit with.
Yeah.
Is that what he said for
Yeah.
these?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, he's a terrible dresser, but
Yeah.
and
At the
then
time, he wanted
the
that.
wide jeans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why the patent leather. But yeah, I guess when these came out, these were the ones, right?
Yeah, the only problem was always the icy sole headphones, but
Well, in
But
terms
then
of what? What do
once
mean?
it ages, it turns yellow.
Oh.
But I think once
But
it
the blue
ages,
doesn't
it
do that
looks,
now, right?
I don't know, but because they're so new, I hope they
Yeah.
don't. I think they fixed it, didn't they?
I have no
My
idea.
Space Jam's never yellow.
I think this turns to regular icy.
I actually don't mind the yellow
It
sole.
stays icy.
Stays cold.
Stays icy.
No, but I don't mind when it yellows.
Really?
It gives them a very like
It gives them-
vintage look. It's very nice. I kind of agree.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
And the blue kind of, I don't know, the blue feels cheap to me. Like I'm in like purist mode with like, I need the,
Well, I know that the
Wait,
blue
the
is.
original did not have a blue sole.
no, it's like a crisp, clear.
Well, I know that that's the intention, right? Because people complain about the yellowing,
Yeah,
so this
it's
is
to
their
combat.
solution.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes
Very
sense.
So
Cool,
this release was special to me because
I see it.
Jumpman asked me to style the shoe for the
Yeah,
upcoming
talk about that.
release.
Those- those are good.
Shut up, Paul. Those photos are awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So talk to me about that.
So Jumpman Global had reached out to me to style the shoe 5 ways for the upcoming release, and they came out in full family sizing. And this is a very tricky shoe to wear. Like you can't
I
just,
fully
Pull it
agree.
off all
you know, like we just said, this is a very sneakerhead shoe, and without having to style it for like a wedding, it definitely was
I never seen
challenging.
anyone wear. You wore these at your wedding, aren't you?
No.
What'd you wear for your
Sorry,
wedding?
I'm joking.
You wore a sneaker for your wedding.
No, I got the groomsmen Jordans and they had them engraved at
Got
the
it.
front. So,
That's nice.
Oh, the ones.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Joe doesn't play for his wedding.
No,
He's
he
in
doesn't.
full Tom Brown for sure.
You were though, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
yeah, so this was very challenging to style, and it took me a really long time to kind of figure out 5 looks. And I put together a little editorial for them, and we shot these at
I couldn't do that.
various
If
basketball
today
courts.
I had to put together
did.
5
It's
looks
hard.
for these,
That was
See you later.
Okay, well, I did one of the outfits with like a suit, like my little suit.
This is maybe a little bit different for girls.
100%.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
1000%,
like,
yeah.
if I personally had to do this, it'd be very tough.
Yeah, so I wore one with a suit, and it was kind of inspired by like the game day feel.
Okay.
And I think that's what a lot of people wear these with. I just didn't do like a black and white suit.
Yeah.
No, look
And
good.
yeah, so this meant a lot to me.
And yeah, I sat down with like a couple people to talk about what this shoe meant to them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the old sort of ball heads in the city, and everyone, without a doubt, they all said this is it. This is like the shoe when they were growing up. So this means a lot to a lot of people.
Well, even for my generation, I think, you know, I was entering I was probably like, when did these, 97?
Yes.
96.
96.
96. So I was a kid when these came out, and this is what kind of transitions my generation into sneakers because, you know, obviously we don't have a connection with I'm Back, but we do with Space Jam. And then this 11 is, you know, forever synonymous with Space Jam.
For sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Okay, I want to keep this thing moving. Let's just talk about these last two. Vapor Max acronyms. I thought these were dope. These were slept on, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like them, but I don't know. I still think that's worth a mention.
I love them.
You love them.
See, was it slept on because like
I just feel like they're very hard to wear. Like,
Very
a
hard
lot
to
of
wear.
people thought this was hard, but I don't know. I didn't find them that hard to.
I
find them hard,
love the colorway. I love the color placement.
Yeah.
I think without the laces, making it a mock makes it hard to wear.
Interesting.
That was my personal experience.
Cool.
I'd
I
never
like
give
that.
them up, but
And then
I like
that's,
the other color more, the pink and
Oh yeah.
cargo.
weren't we all at Haven
Yeah.
the night when we were freaking out about them? And I bought them on StockX that night.
Really?
yeah, I remember that. Fucking
Totally,
impulse.
I totally
impulse.
panicked.
That was a drunk purchase.
I
for
totally
sure.
panicked.
The
No,
impulse. This is impulse.
I panicked.
No,
Talk about those, Anna, for a
I
bit.
love them.
Boom.
These
Those look so cute in that size.
Yeah, they do.
these are really
dope.
good.
The Cold Wall was on my list, like the highs from last year. So
Same.
this, I don't know. This to me doesn't quite fulfill what that was,
No, it's a little different.
but
But
I
it's
still
still
think these
great.
are super dope.
Yeah.
Like I think Cold Wall is still, even though it's starting to get up there, I still think it's kind of slept on.
I'm gonna need these.
I love the logo. I think a Cold Wall does his collabs
Yeah.
with Nike very well.
Yeah,
Isn't there an
so nice.
environmental thing to this leather?
I don't know.
Yes,
Aspect.
and like something about the laser here.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a bunch of PK on this.
That's dope.
From recycled stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're a very good looking shoe. I'm also I love Air Forces. I have a hard time wearing these because they slip out when I walk. So I definitely can't wear them. I can't wear them when I know I'm gonna walk a lot, and I don't know what it is.
There's a lot of images on the internet for samples of Cold Wall Nike sneakers that no one has ever really come across.
I know.
Like
there's
fully covered in like paper mache and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these crazy ones. Like I feel like there's
they're pushing it for sure.
there's like an idea lab at Cold Wall that's just not getting into production, which is pretty cool.
Well, remember how long it took the acronym Air Force High Boots? How long it took for those to come?
Yeah,
Years.
What are the acronym Air Force High Boots?
The downtown highs,
Downtown Highs.
Yeah.
three
Okay.
colors.
I think that's all our honorable mentions. At least the ones we have here.
All
Some
right,
of the-
folks. Number one,
Well, some of the ones also too. The Prada Cloudburst.
Prada Cloudburst.
I like those.
The Dior chunky
The Diors are
sneaker.
nice.
I love those. So many good colors. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really even talk about any designer ones. Those Margiela ones I was talking about on the way here.
Our Balenciaga Triple S is dead.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
would say
let's
the
talk about
Balenciaga track sneaker like had a
That's on
strong
mine.
year.
That's on
I
mine.
think Triple S's are still so nice, but they did get run. Yeah.
They're hard.
That was one
Really?
for me that I was
think
like,
women.
No, I like them.
I think they're easy to wear for women.
really?
They're harder for
I was
girls.
really about them last year, and now I'm like,
That track sneaker is one of my faves for sure.
the track one.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think I
What
couldn't
about
wear
your
that
Triple
first,
S's?
but I
You
think it's
still
nice.
rock those?
Here and there, they're a little bit big.
Hmm.
I'm in between 44 and 45, and I probably should have went with the 44. But the 45 is big.
Question: is there anything on here that you'd like right now that you think in 6 months you're gonna be like, I don't know if I should have chose that?
That I'm very like, I'm more of like a pass and then figure it out later
Yeah.
type of person.
To be honest, I feel pretty confident about this
About this
selection.
selection, yeah.
Because I remember too, we had even mentioned last year, like the Triple S. We were like, we'll see how we feel in 6 months, and I'm cold on those now. I'm cold on those for sure. But no, I don't know. For this selection, I feel fairly safe. I think
Yeah.
in 6 months these will all have lasting power.
Agree.
So, man, we've already been going for like an hour and a half. It's crazy.
Wow.
So
mine will be short because my number one, just because of its revolutionary, was the fog one.
yours was the fog.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In the,
This
Wow.
was the
in
number
the
one
sale.
sneaker of the year.
In the sale.
Really?
That's 2019.
That's
though.
2019, guy.
So maybe that's
It's still the model, I think. I still think it's
No,
the
for
model.
sure. I can't believe that was your number
was
one.
It's a new model though.
Yeah.
It's-
It was, for me, it was the whole, not only the packaging, if you see the packaging, the box.
Yeah.
Such an
you?
experience.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do it in the B-roll.
Yeah, yeah.
But like we're talking a bag that it comes with, which is nothing special, but lace
bag is
locks, lace locks in 3 different colors.
Like yeah,
Clear.
Two
At least
se-
with the sale, it was clear, white, and bone.
yeah.
And you did this
then
intentionally?
Three sets of laces, which funny enough are a bit
black is just
reminiscent
double.
of Yeezy rope laces. I've never seen.
Oh
that.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah. That's very.
Which is
It is a nice substantial lace,
yeah.
though.
To me, it makes a lot of sense though. I will say that I kind of wish this lace was shorter because I don't know what to do with it.
No, I don't know.
it's
I
kind
haven't
of
worn mine
a look.
enough to know, and I like that. This is a crossover shoe where he also meant for it to be fashion / lifestyle /
How hard were these to
on
get?
the court.
They only dropped in Montreal.
In essence,
Really?
Yeah.
only.
Wow.
Only in Canada.
But,
they had a lot of pairs though, I heard.
Wider release in January is from what I'm hearing.
Okay. So.
But not black apparently.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
So if you
Some are like
wore
in
these?
Europe at least.
Yes, I wore them once already.
And then we have the SA version, which just
shoot
isn't
around?
it. Yeah, just not.
That doesn't do it for me, man.
Which ones?
The
It
shoot
has like the
around fear.
Velcro.
Huh?
The
It
Velcro
has like a
with the
Velcro
check.
around the
It
ankle.
looks similar if you blink, if you're not paying attention. People are like, yeah.
Holy cow! I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
There's a fear god. It's all this material,
Yeah.
and then it has a check and a Velcro
And a
strap.
Velcro strap.
Ooh.
It's like a vandal feel
It's like
to
a
it.
slip-on vent. Yeah.
All right. Well,
But it's
Damn.
for
Reason
shoot
why it's
around,
not
and
on
it has a lower
Yeah.
price point.
but
something that's big-
Fog though.
It is. But something that's big about this is that the sale, it's a whole different upper.
Yeah, it's
It
full
goes-
leather, full
it's
suede.
Full suede.
Yeah.
It stays in this nice.
I kind
all
of
the way.
like the. I always like when they go tonal though with different materials.
Yeah.
Because
me too.
this creasing of this kind of suede scares me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see a lot of wearability on that shoe.
Yeah. I feel like the black is nicer than the sail for me.
I don't know. The sale feels like more my. I guess because I first saw it with Viz, it feels more like it could blend into a monk
Okay. I see what you're saying.
type look.
So
Yeah.
kind of like the
Where
Rick
this
vibe
is like
for you.
black and.
Do you get any of that, like a Rick vibe?
This is more of a Rick vibe.
This
to
is
me.
more of a Rick vibe. The other one I
Yeah.
feel like is more I can.
Just because
rock
it's like the cream with the black and it's super high.
I love the cream with the black versus a white.
Dope.
Okay, what's your number one?
Satin shattered backboards.
Ooh.
Talk about
So this, I think, is a real testament to Jordan's year diving into women's.
Yep.
They did a lot of the
Those are
satin.
great.
So, I would even argue that the original season of her 10.
Yeah, talk about that. So you were like intimately involved with like the release here.
I did, yeah. Wow, I had a really nice year with Jordan.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, talk
I
about
started-
that. Like the people you highlighted and like what it.
Yeah, so we kicked off January with the debut of the season of her collection. It was 10 colorways, and I know the kind of initial reaction was to be pissed about the pastel colorways that Jordan decided to launch with, but I personally really like the purple, and I don't even like purple. But so this was my number one because this is arguably like a men's and women's shoe. Like men were going
Oh, yeah.
crazy about
Oh yeah, big time.
Did it come in men's sizes?
it. No,
No.
came in
I
women's.
need a 13, Joe. I need a 12.
See, I'm all about.
And this is
Satin's tough for me. I like
Oh, I
the look
love
of
the
it.
satin.
I'm just worried about. I'd be like, no one stepping near my toe.
At least
I've
this-
worn them in the rain.
At least this has the leather here, so it's
At
not
least did not
so.
hold the satin on.
That's why I wear those very lightly.
So I sprayed my Alelis, and I had worn them on a rainy day, not on purpose, obviously.
Okay.
I had to walk home in the rain, and it was perfect.
Did you spray these?
No.
You should. Yeah.
I wore these a lot when they came out. I actually got blessed with these like a month early.
Hey, dope.
Come on, man.
And
Come on now.
I was wearing them at Yorkdale, and a guy screamed, and he was
Really?
like, "What are those?"
Yeah.
And
Well, I didn't realize it was a fully knit.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Yeah, that's.
I
dope.
think
And
this
the
is
laces are subtly different. It's almost
Yeah,
ribbony.
there's-
When did these release?
May, I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh, very
They've
nice
got some
earlier.
shine
Yeah, these
to
are
them.
awesome.
My only gripe with this shoe is there was just a lot of weird drama. Not drama, but just like people trying to be super creative with how they wanted to drop the shoe. And there was like some stores that made women have to do like take a shot and get it in to enter the raffle, and I'm like,
That's terrible.
I've never seen a man have to prove
Yeah.
that he likes basketball to buy a shoe.
Which they should. I think they should.
I mean, I'm not at a loss. Like, I'm fully confident that if I had to take a shot to get a shoe, I'd be fine.
it's money.
Yeah.
It's money for sure.
It might not always go in, but like that wouldn't deter me. I just think that like for Jordan to launch a women's collection and to test women on their basketball ability is a little bit unfair, because that defeats the entire purpose of dropping Jordans for women.
Totally.
Yeah.
So anyway, this I think is a good summary of 2018. For Jordan women's.
Yeah, that's dope. I think that's a great choice. I like the personal connection as well.
And
Okay.
look, and the guys are wanting pastel colors now.
Yeah, totally. Look how fucking beat up these are. This is my number one. The Sail React over the undercover ones. These were originally supposed to be like an undercover release. To me, it was kind of the year of the React. I was rocking a ton of them, but like the cork sole
is a huge
is
difference.
a huge thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's
Just
great.
the way these colors ended up working out. They released with the black ones as well, but I feel like just the way, I don't know, just all the interactions, the subtle hits here. I feel like this had to be the one for me, and like a lot of people, because I got these early. I was lucky enough to get these early as well. A lot of people were stopping me. Like even some kid came up to me in a restaurant. He's like, "Wow, how did you get those?" Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, I kind of tried to explain it to him. He's like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber, aren't you?" I was like, "No, not quite, but nice try, kid."
But pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. So for me, like all the fashion insiders were wearing them. I will say this: they have not really held up how I liked.
But you gave them, you
I
put
gave them
them
a good
through the
run.
rinse. Like you rinse these.
And have you ever even tried to?
No, I haven't tried to clean them. I don't mind them.
I feel like you don't clean your shoes.
No, I don't clean my shoes ever. But the thing is, I feel like this material, and did anyone else wear the Reacts like a ton? This material to me is kind of really temperamental.
Yes. I find it
wear
very
mine a
strange.
ton. I still have the sales, but
Yeah.
they're still-
But that's because of when I've seen you wear these and the way this kind of crinkles here.
Yeah.
Is why I wear all my racks very lightly.
Really.
Yeah.
Because you like your shoes like
you like your shoes
very
crispy,
crispy, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the combination, the sole, the color. I think this was originally supposed to be an undercover release. This has to be my number one for the year. Even though, I mean, these were pretty hard to come across, I think.
They were.
Oh
But
yeah.
not like-
That's what deterred me from even trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these are super dope. I got so much wear out of these. I think I probably wore these the most this year.
For
It's
sure.
also
These are-
good because that's like we said, a brand new.
Brand new
silhouette.
model.
Yeah.
Brand new model, yeah.
It's not easy to be a brand new silhouette and get number
Kill
one
it.
on
No,
people's
yeah,
lists.
it come in hard. I don't know. I haven't even taken a look at too many other lists. I'd be curious to see if those made any other lists number ones.
No, for sure. I think
I saw one that had it.
wasn't
Really?
Complex. This was Complex's number one.
Yeah.
I
This
thought
Complex is
Complexes was
number
Sean
one?
Witherspoon.
No, these were like number 3.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Put them on.
But mind you, they didn't have like either of these at the time or like cold
Yeah.
walls. Like it was a little.
And, like,
Yeah, we
people-
really waited till the 11th, like the very
Yeah,
last
since
day of 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get them all in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like for the black ones when these released too, a lot of people were like doing the Volt socks. I know you're a perpetrator.
Oh yeah, that looked fire.
Yeah, the Volt socks,
Volt sock gang.
which was dope. So I feel like that kind of, I don't know, I feel like this shoe kind of kicked off a lot of like the sock game. You know, like you saw a lot of
Oh,
people
big
doing
time.
like the tie-dye socks or like embroidered
Well, the
stuff.
first
You had
picture,
to.
the first
Yeah.
picture that ever tipped me off was this with the green Balenciaga socks.
Yeah,
And it says
exactly.
Balenciaga on there,
Wow.
and
Yeah, so
that looked fire.
That made people want to even flex like on something that you normally hadn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to consider. So I don't know, just like as a full shoe, I think these were super dope. These
Yeah.
were definitely my number one. And last but not least,
My number one, Union Jordan 1.
In the blue.
In the blue specifically.
Although
This
the
was,
collabo was good.
yeah, I think both are really good. But again, my whole thing is like it's so hard to find a good blue Jordan 1.
really.
There's
Other
like,
than
there's
Frank-
So okay, so why
Well, that's
these,
what I mean.
why these over the black toe?
for me, it's just the lack of blue Jordan 1s. The blue is my favorite personally. I still love the black though. Don't
Yep.
take anything away from it. But
Yep.
again, like a good blue Jordan 1 is few and hard to come by.
Yeah.
Like if I had to make a list of 5, you would struggle with blue Jordan 1s that are like absolutely.
There's definitely only 3.
Yeah. Right?
The blue that they used on this is really nice with the cream.
And funny enough, all the fire blue Jordan 1s are all collabs, in my
Ooh,
opinion.
Really?
But then nice touches on this, like making this look vintage with the yellow
Yep.
along the
Yeah,
side.
great ad. I don't know if you guys saw it at the
Yeah.
Rose Bowl. The LA, they had all those
Oh, yeah.
influencers come in. That was kind of a funny thing. So
They're like, I've never seen these, but it was almost like if you saw these fake one day, you
Yeah.
would still want to buy them
Yeah.
because it's like such a nice
it is.
twist on the shoe.
And so
So the flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Were these the LA exclusive ones?
These are Union
These
exclusive,
are
only on the
Union
Union
exclusive?
side of
Right,
the store.
okay. So let me ask
And
you
you know
this.
that these never came to North America, period, either color except for at Union. Like, and I think Jordan store in LA. Like every
Really?
other Jordan store didn't have
So
these.
this was very much like an LA.
Yeah.
LA had a good year.
Oh, huge year.
Wow.
Huge year.
1, 2, and 3 is a huge year for LA.
Yeah.
Come
And even
on.
Sean Witherspoon was in that ad. He
Yeah.
was like the one being like, I've never seen these.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
well,
He's like, I've had every Union. Come on, man. Don't
that was,
just.
that was a good
Do you think
little
that was real?
bit. No, I don't think it was.
Not his part. Not
No,
his part.
definitely not. But yeah, I don't know. So let me ask you this as kind of like a way to exit. Like,
Yeah.
what about these is so good? Because it's kind of like a Frankenstein type thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what makes these so special between these and the other color? And is this a top Jordan of all time? Is this a fragment?
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying
I've seen it on Twitter.
spend the money now because this is going to be the fragment in the next couple of years.
I've heard that as well. And what do you guys think?
I like the gray, the black toe.
But you know that's the great thing about them is like so this is a storm blue.
Yeah.
The other one is a neutral gray.
Yeah.
The storm blue retro that they just did isn't great like the one from 2-3 years ago. So this like does the storm blue some justice. And then the neutral gray's never been done, so that gives it some justice on the black toe.
Yeah.
And then I mean a bread upper or a black toe, full are classics. So
But why do you feel like this is so dope? Why do people like this like stitched together thing?
And I also just noticed the laces.
You
the
just
laces
noticed the
switch
laces?
colors.
Nice.
I
That's
just
like-
noticed
Even
that.
the tongue is like off whites. It's like a little deconstructed,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's dope. I thought it was actually different laces.
No,
but it's actually the same lace. That's
Yeah.
cool. You think people are just like, what about these? Is it because they're resurrecting classic colors?
But also, I think it's the resurrection of classic colors. I also think it's because it's by Union. Like Union
Yeah.
has been in the game since
Yeah.
forever. Chris Gibbs is a super
Gibbs,
OG,
yeah.
and he just nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's something else people appreciate about it.
Yeah. And so these are the ones over the you like the black toes, Joe?
I do.
Yeah.
I think you can't go wrong with
They're
either.
both dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they're
can't
both
go
very
wrong.
good. I think they're a great shoe. I think it's definitely worthy of a number one.
And then this mix of materials, like you have the strong pebbled leather, but then you have the suede here, like, and then
nice.
even this like
The materials are
deconstructed
nice.
leather here.
And what's funny too, when these first were leaked, there's no way I would have been like, oh, that's the number one shoe of the year. But they kind of really grew on me.
Yeah.
And I think these are great.
Even the website was just a Union Jordan site. Like the rollout was so strong.
Yeah.
It wasn't at Complex Con like last year's Unions. It was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't have any associations but itself. So I think that's
That's
a
great.
big key.
That's dope. So I think that's a great place to end.
Yeah.
So are you gonna invest in these? Are you gonna try and grab another pair?
I have 2 pairs of blue.
Wow.
Flex.
Question. I have a question.
Yeah.
If the rollout of these sneakers had been rearranged a little bit, would our favorites still be the same? Because kind of what I mean is that these just released, right? So we're still
And these were very hard to get. They were a pain in
right.
the
So we're
ass.
still very much in love with them. If they had dropped in June, would you still have the same sentiment?
That's a hard question. It's a very hard.
That's
question.
very tough.
I don't know. Like for you, I mean, you used the Sean's as an
Because
example.
we were in love with these in March.
I don't know. I
We
wasn't
were in
that-
love
I
with the
wasn't- I wasn't going
VaporMax.
crazy. Those were not a must for me. Those were not a must for me.
To me, these are still a must. For me personally, I even still think like the Prestos are still a must.
Nice.
Like even though they had that mass
Yeah,
release,
They're faded off now for sure.
I still think like these were still a must. Right?
I think
tough.
these will last. I honestly think these have
Yeah.
lasting power. I think
Yeah.
these are going to be crazy.
Well, it's an Air Jordan 1, so they're not as,
Yeah, they're
A
not
lot
as
of Air Jordan
volatile.
1s in our top.
Yeah, I don't know, Jordan. I think it might have been the year Jordan.
It was a huge year for
It was a
Jordan.
huge year. So I think that's a great place to end. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Hey.
Joel, let them know where they can find you.
Many places.
many places.
Yeah.
Easiest one is Instagram, Charles Black.
I'll like the handle. Anna?
A to the Bed on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
2 first names on Instagram and Fresh to Debt podcast
Fresh
as
to
well.
Death podcast, yeah, if you remember John Frank from our last podcast. And then me, Mike _Sunday. So thanks for tuning in.